Chloe's phone buzzes again, the glow cutting through the dim light of her tiny apartment. She hesitates, knowing the message will sting. It's him, the one she trusted, the one who promised she was enough. But tonight, his words are cold, dismissive, almost mocking. "You'll never make it," they whisper, even if only in her mind. The silence that follows is deafening. The walls of her room feel smaller, the shadows heavier. Every rejection, every eye roll she's endured flashes in her memory. Friends who didn't believe, mentors who shrugged, the boyfriend who never saw her spark, and yet something shifts. A pulse of defiance rises within her chest, a quiet fire that refuses to be extinguished. In that moment, Chloe realizes, being ignored isn't the end. It's the beginning. The world may overlook her now, but she is about to rewrite the rules of power, starting with herself. Chloe moves through her small apartment, each step stirring sketches, half-finished designs, and notebooks brimming with ideas. The room is cluttered, but it tells a story no one notices, a story of dreams that refuse to be quiet. Posters on the wall, scraps of paper, tiny models on the shelf, every piece a testament to her vision. She laughs lightly as she sips her coffee, but it's a laughter that carries weight. Every no she's heard, every dismissive glance has settled quietly in her chest. And somewhere in the back of her mind, the boy she once trusted sneers. "This is childish. You'll never make it." Yet in Chloe's eyes, there's a spark the world hasn't dimmed. Each doubt, each underestimation fuels her in silence. She may be overlooked today, but inside her a storm of ambition is quietly taking shape, one that will soon be impossible to ignore. He enters the scene effortlessly. Charming smile, easy laugh, a presence that draws people in. To the world, he's magnetic, confident, untouchable, but Chloe knows the truth beneath the polish. He can't see her spark, can't feel the fire burning quietly inside her. Every offhand comment, every tiny dismissal, lands like a stone in her chest. Yet each stone becomes a stepping stone. Every doubt he whispers, every smirk of disbelief, is a challenge Chloe silently vows to conquer. Their love is a tangled web of passion and tension, admiration and frustration. He is both mirror and wall, reflecting her ambition back at her while standing in the way of her dreams, and in that friction, something powerful is born. Chloe's hunger sharpens, her vision clears. She begins to understand that this tension, this invisible battlefield shaped by him, will become the arena where she proves her unstoppable strength. Chloe sits across polished desks, her resume in hand, ideas ready to spark, but each interview ends the same way. Polite smiles, gentle thank yous, and a door closing softly in her face. Investors glance at her pitch, nod, then shake their heads, their eyes dismissive. Even friends, the ones she thought would cheer her on, chuckle at her audacious dreams. Her talent feels invisible, like smoke slipping through fingers, unnoticed, unvalued. And somewhere in the back of her mind, the boyfriend's earlier words echo again, "You'll never make it." It's a sting she can't ignore, but each rejection, each quiet dismissal, does not crush her. It sharpens her resolve. Rage simmers beneath her calm exterior, fueling long nights of sketching, planning, and refining. Every no becomes a challenge she swears to overcome. Chloe isn't broken by rejection. She is being forged by it, stronger and hungrier with each setback. Chloe steps into the cafe, expecting the soft hum of conversation, the warm scent of coffee, the small comfort of routine. But then she hears it, his voice loud and careless, slicing through the air. "She'll never make it," he laughs, turning her dreams into a cruel joke. Every word lands like a punch she didn't see coming. For a heartbeat, the betrayal overwhelms her. The one she trusted, the one she loved, has dismissed her vision as nothing. Pain floods her chest, sharp and bitter, and then something shifts. In that sting, clarity sparks. The world's doubts, his disbelief, even the laughter around her won't define her. Only her actions will. She won't wait for permission. She won't ask for recognition. She will rise, and the world will notice. Chloe walks through the crowded streets, the city alive with movement, Neon lights flickering off glass windows, car horns blaring in a chaotic symphony. People rush past, absorbed in their own worlds, oblivious to the fire burning quietly within her. Her eyes scan boutiques, billboards, and cafes, and suddenly it hits her, a gap no one is filling. A space where elegance meets technology, where influence meets substance, where a vision can transform culture itself. Her heartbreak, the sting of betrayal, the weight of every dismissive word, it all crystallizes into clarity. What others saw as failure, she sees as blueprint. Every idea she's ever scribbled, every restless night, every sacrifice she's made, now converges into one audacious plan. She imagines a brand unlike any other, a venture that carries her fingerprints on every detail. Luxury with purpose, innovation with soul, influence with authenticity. It's hers, because only she could see it, only she could bring it to life. In that moment, Chloe feels a surge of power she's never known. The pain that threatened to break her is now the spark that will ignite her empire. She doesn't just want success, she's determined to reshape the world. Chloe sits at her cramped kitchen table, blueprints spread across worn surfaces, a laptop humming in the background. Her small savings, carefully guarded for months, are now poured into prototypes, fragile, imperfect, yet alive with possibility. She calls investors, pitches tirelessly, voice steady even when her hands shake. Every maybe and every polite rejection is another weight she carries, another reminder of how far she must go. Nights bleed into mornings. The hum of the city outside never stops, but Chloe barely notices. She skips meals, pushes aside exhaustion, and pours every ounce of herself into her vision. The apartment is cluttered with half-finished designs, coffee cups and notebooks filled with relentless ideas, a battlefield of ambition and sacrifice. And through it all, the ache of being ignored lingers, sharper than any fatigue, especially by him. His earlier dismissals, his laughter at her dreams, shadow every small victory. Even when an influencer notices her prototype, or a boutique expresses interest, the triumph is tinged with the memory of disbelief. Yet Chloe keeps moving. Every step, every sleepless night is a quiet defiance. The girl he ignored is becoming a force he can no longer overlook. The boutique lights flicker as Chloe steps inside, clutching her meticulously packaged prototypes. A manager examines them, brows raised, then nods slowly. "We'll take the line," she says, voice calm but eyes bright with curiosity. In that moment, Chloe feels it, the first glimmer of what she's been building, a whisper of power she's only just begun to claim. Word spreads. Influencers photograph her designs, post them, and the buzz starts quietly, then builds like a rising tide. Invitations to exclusive events arrive. People whisper her name in halls she once thought she'd never enter. Every recognition, no matter how small, tastes sweeter because it's earned through sleepless nights, endless sacrifice, and relentless belief in herself. And somewhere, he notices, the boy who dismissed her dreams sees flashes now, glimpses of what he once ignored, but it's too late. The world Chloe imagined, painstakingly carved from doubt and heartbreak, is already taking shape. She is no longer invisible. She is no longer waiting for permission. Chloe smiles quietly, feeling a power that doesn't need his approval. The girl he overlooked is stepping into a world where she holds the reins, and he is no longer in control. Chloe walks through her first office. Space, sunlight spilling across sleek desks and glowing screens. Her team, hand-picked, hungry and inspired, hustles around her, bringing life to the vision she once sketched on the floor of a tiny apartment. Every hire, every new project is another brick in the empire she's building, a monument to resilience born from heartbreak and dismissal. International media begins to notice. Cameras follow her, articles profile her story, and interviews capture the quiet strength in her voice. Headlines celebrate her innovation, her audacity, her rise from nothing. Each milestone is a statement. Chloe is unstoppable. She doesn't just succeed. She shapes the conversation, bending culture to the rhythm of her ambition, and yet she doesn't forget. The sting of being underestimated, the laughter of doubters, the dismissive words of the boy who couldn't see her spark. They linger, not as bitterness but as fuel. Every setback she faced in the past becomes energy propelling her forward, sharpening her strategy, deepening her vision. Chloe moves confidently, fully aware that power isn't given. It's claimed. And she is claiming hers, step by step. Proof that the world can no longer ignore what she was always capable of achieving. The call comes late at night. Chloe's office is bathed in the cold glow of streetlights, shadows stretching across scattered papers and glowing screens. An investor, the one she had pinned her next expansion on, has pulled out. In an instant, months of sweat, sleepless, nights and painstaking effort teeter on the edge of collapse. The media pounces. Headlines question her credibility. Social feeds buzz with speculation. Whispers of doubt, the kind she thought she had left behind, fill the air. For a fleeting moment, Chloe is back in her tiny apartment. Invisible, dismissed, ignored. She can almost hear the boy's mocking words echoing again, but she doesn't falter. She inhales deeply, letting the fear sharpen her focus. Every setback she has faced, betrayal, ridicule, endless exhaustion, has been training for this moment. This collapse isn't the end, it's a test, and Chloe, forged in fire, is ready to rise stronger than ever.